Yo, what's up? Today we're gonna be reacting to Roblox Gangsters Can't Be Serious.
On the surface, Roblox looks like such a happy and peaceful game, but if you look a little deeper, you'll soon find out that it harbors a dark community filled with violent, cold-blooded killers. Who am I talking about, you may ask? Well, of course, I'm talking about none other than Roblox Gangsters. A row gangster, or row banger, or row thug, whatever you want to call them, is someone that idolizes gang culture and creams their pants at the thought of being a trench baby. They form gangs, play dress up, record diss.
Who are like playing on this? Like, I'm so confused. Who is playing on these Roblox? Like, why not just play like GTA RPE? They have to be like 12-year-olds, right? Or am I tripping?
Tracks and try their absolute hardest to let everyone know that they are just so unbelievably badass. When in all actuality, behind their screens, they're sitting there looking like this.
See, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, the only people that could be possibly playing this have to be like 12 years old. No one over the age of like 16 would be playing this.
I have really good hearing.
Row gangsters are notorious for taking their roleplay sessions just a little too seriously, but I think it's safe to say that their biggest point of criticism is the outfits they wear, because dear God, some of these are just so hard to look at. Why does she have size 20 shoes on, bro?
I see the shoes.
The disdain for these types of avatars goes all the way back to like 2016 when the streets was first blowing up and servers were filled to the brim with avatars that looked like this. Looking back on them, these avatars aren't that bad, but I feel like majority of the hate for this aesthetic didn't stem from the outfits themselves, but rather came from the fact that 9 times out of 10, if you were in a server and someone was blasting Broccoli by Dram and Lil Yachty at ear-splitting volume, the culprit was probably dressed like this. But gone are the days of fishing for attention by playing loud music, because with the introduction of platforms like TikTok, this community now has a whole new way to get some eyes on them and share their style with the world. You can find all types of videos of people showing off their outfits, cars, guns, and money, which, I would have to imagine would go insanely hard if I was 8 years old, but
That's what I'm saying. Bro, also, I just gotta mention this. Bro, this guy's voice.
dumps are just trying to flex. Some people are out here trying to inspire their fellow man, like this TikToker here that shows off some comp South Bronx fits. Now, I can't personally speak on whether or not these outfits are comp. Maybe a row gangster can let me know in the comments, but I just felt like bringing this post up because for some reason the person that posted it made the first slide in their slideshow a picture of their foot.
Oh my gosh, bro. That is...
On the bright side, the comments are loving it. Fit pics aren't the only thing row gangsters are posting.
Dude, people in these comment sections on TikTok, bro. Actually so freaky, bro. Oh my. One of my videos I posted a little bit ago. I'm not even sure if you're watching right now, bro, but you're a freak, bro. I looked up what the what was it? The balloon knot was, bro. Yo.
On a TikTok, far from it. Videos of gangs getting into big shootouts or getting backdoored are very common to find, and while all of these are pretty funny to look at in their own right, my favorite thing I've seen come out of this community by far is the diss tracks.
How about a mic? Come on, fight. How about a mic and I don't want to fight?
These diss track posts can range from someone dancing to a pre-existing song but just changing the lyrics on screen to match whoever they're dissing, to people getting in the studio and recording their own vocals.
Shoot you in the street if I catch you lacking. With your mama, with your daddy, with your grandma.
When I found out these existed, I had just assumed majority of the people making them would be little kids, because to me that just makes sense. But a lot of the ones I found were made by fully grown adults, dude, and they are all just so ass.
Know them tables turn, you niggas die, right? We pop our dirt, you niggas take off.
As much as I want to sit here and show you guys some more of these, because trust me, there are many more out there and they are all just, they're the best. I'm just gonna go out on a whim and assume a lot of these up-and-coming rappers didn't actually pay for the beats they're using. So instead of risking this video getting taken down over Roblox diss tracks, I'm just gonna talk about something else. But don't worry, we're still gonna stay in the range of fine arts, because not only does this community have talented musicians that rival Mozart, it also has a prospering film directing scene. People will join these games and act out serious dramas and post them on TikTok. This short film here is about 2 teens heading home after a long day of playing basketball. They walk to the car and get inside, but when they do, I like to think I'm a pretty empathetic person, but this short film just didn't really move me quite like it moved the people in
the people in these comment sections are actually like robots, bro. Isn't it like the what is it? The dead internet theory, which is like robots are like overtaking like 50% comments in like comment sections or whatever. when you go on TikTok, bro, and you look at these comments, it's actually it's genuinely bad. It's bad.
Comments, but a movie that really tugged on my heartstrings and brought tears to my eyes was this masterpiece, directed and filmed by the one and only JJ Shiesty. Words truly cannot describe this piece of art I'm about to show you, so I'm just gonna play it.
Man, this show be shit.
I know, right? Wanna do something else?
What do you mean by that?
Just shut the fuck up and come.
Wait for me, bitch.
Oh, harder, JJ.
So, JJ Shiesty recorded a one-man show, which, you know, I'll give it to him.
Yeah, you have to really think about it like this, bro. He's on Roblox, he's recording, and he's switching his avatars and then getting in character. Like, I understand there's like levels of unemployment, like obviously, but
Everyone start clapping. It's impressive. He did this all by himself. But when you really start thinking about it, this dude just dressed up like a girl and role-played cracking himself.
that's what I'm saying.
What are you doing, bro? What the fuck, dude? You cannot be that bored. If you couldn't tell, this community is super complex and has so many different sides to it. But instead of just sitting here and trying to decipher it all, I think it would be best if we stepped into the shoes of a rogue gangster and played some of these games for ourselves. And by doing so, we'll hopefully all get a better understanding of why rogue gangsters are the way they are. So with that being said, let's LARP. I didn't really know what game to pick. There were so many to choose from, so I just joined the one with the most players called South Bronx The Trenches. And the name doesn't lie.
Bro, whenever you play Roblox, I swear it's like the South Bronx thing. It's like one of the top like search results in like the front page. Like I always see it there. I've played Streets before, but
this game really is the trenches because it just spits you out in the middle of nowhere and you have to fend for yourself. I had no idea what I was supposed to be doing, so I just ran around aimlessly looking for people, but I literally couldn't find a single soul. Like I could hear cars whizzing by in the distance, but the sidewalks were completely empty. I felt completely isolated. I was scared. I mean, how is a sensitive young man such as myself supposed to survive out here all alone? 2 words: illegal weapons. Yeah, so I somehow stumbled upon an illegal weapons shop, and this place had everything I would ever need. Knives, guns, shiesties, it had it all, but there was just one teensy-weensy problem. Everything in the store was super fucking expensive, and I didn't have a single penny to my name. But luckily for me, right outside of the shop was the answer to all of my problems. It was a random guy wearing a denim Tears jacket, so obviously he had money. But instead of being desperate and begging him for spare change, I just politely asked him how I could earn some money for myself. I mean, not to brag, but I'm kind of an entrepreneur of sorts, and he's running from me. Get back here, you motherfucker. You wanna run from me? Come here. Come here! Who does this guy think he is, bro? Who are you? They're jumping me! I'm sorry. Yeah, so, I left the Bronx. I just didn't feel safe there, guys, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't feel safe being in the United States as a whole. It just felt like everywhere I went, people's first instinct was to slime me out for zero reason. Like, all I was trying to do was make friends with these people, and they fucking shot me to death. I really had no other choice. I had to flee the country. The journey was a long one, but I sought refuge in a little place called South London. Everyone, this is my sweet little 5'3" sugar plum named Lewis Thomas.
Oi, bro.
He may not look like much now, he honestly kind of just looks like Netspend, but believe me when I say he will soon become the Grim Reaper of South London. This game was the perfect fresh start that I needed, because unlike the games I played before it, South London had a tutorial. So I peacefully spent like 10 minutes learning how to buy guns, drive cars, and grow illegal substances in my closet.
it's literally just Schedule 1, bro.
A random tweaker walked up to me and pointed an assault rifle right in my face. I didn't know who bro was feeling like, so I asked him if he was good, but before he could answer—
I thought this was London, bro. How did they get a gun? Huh? I thought it was just Shanks or whatever, like in London.
Me, a man appeared out of thin air and asked me a question that would change everything. Now, his gang wasn't exactly the glamorous giant gang I was hoping to join. It was literally just him and the goober from 2 seconds ago. But after being ignored, jumped, and killed multiple times for simply trying to exist, joining his team just kind of felt like a no-brainer. And as soon as I said yes, Boss Man handed me a gun and gave us our first order of business: kill everyone. So we just drove around the city in his car, shooting at anybody unfortunate enough to cross our path. And I guess I did a really good job because Boss Man gave me a box of Skittles like I was a dog or something and he was giving me a Scooby snack. But hey, I appreciate the treat. Our next mission was to rob a gas station. Now, I had never done anything like that before, so I let my nameless companion show me the ropes. All we had to do was walk in and point our guns at the clerk, and he would empty out the register. But apparently, money wasn't enough for my pal here.
What is his name? Sharif Kilgannon. I'm not gonna lie, they're kind of switching me over to their side, but this actually looks low-key kind of fun.
Wanted blood. Rest in peace. After doing this a couple more times, we had basically established our routine. We would drive around, shoot people, and rob stores. Eventually though, I started becoming so good at killing people that it was my turn to shoot the clerk. It was actually starting to feel like I was becoming a fully fledged member of this gang, but just as things were starting to look up for me, tragedy struck. After going through an intense shootout, me and Boss Man found our tweaker friend lying dead on the floor.
Oh no! Oh my holy bro, that was the homie.
Now, we still aren't 100% sure who did it, but this was a devastating blow to our team to say the least. But this lifestyle is fast-paced. It stops for nobody, so me and Boss Man had no other choice but to carry on without him. Losing a member of our three-man team was a little rocky at first, but after a while, we regained our footing and started moving better
R.I.P. big homie.
Than ever. We were slowly but surely clearing out the entire server. I mean, no one could compete with us, so they were all just rage quitting and leaving. This was a big achievement. I mean, we've come so far in such a short amount of time, so to celebrate, Boss Man started blessing me up. Like, I don't know if he thought I was a bad bitch with a pixie cut or something, but he was giving me money for shoes.
I think that probably was what it is, bro.
Jackets, jeans, and he basically had me fitted up like Central C. But the cherry on top of it all was when he took me to the jewelry store and bought me a two-tone iced out Rolex. Look at me, bro! Not even 3 hours ago, I was stuck in the streets of South Bronx without a penny to my name. And now I'm in South London living like a king. I felt invincible. My ego was through the roof, but this shift in mentality would soon cause me to make the worst
Oh my goodness, bro, his toenail, dude. I just peeped that.
Mistake of my Rogue Gangster career. I was riding an intense high. I mean, we literally made everyone leave our server, so I suggested that we join a full one and show everyone there who's boss. And at the time, it sounded like a good idea, but within minutes of server hopping, I quickly realized that there's levels to this shit. Literally, the second me and Boss Man managed to meet up, he was shot multiple times right before my very eyes. I forgot I was still a low level, so I had this PvP shield on, meaning I could do nothing but sit there and watch as they robbed his corpse of everything.
That's crazy.
I did eventually get the shield off and slaughter his killer, but I was just too late. All that was left of Boss Man was his backpack. I ran around the city trying to find out where he respawned, but it felt like no matter how hard I looked, I couldn't find him. Within a matter of minutes, I lost everything I had worked so hard for. I mean, sure, you know, I still had all the money and clothing I could ever want, but at the end of the day, what I really wanted was to belong somewhere. I managed to meet a group of reliable guys and join their gang, and we spent several hours together, but now I'm right back where I started, all alone.
Dang, that's actually sad. That's like actual like character development, bro. Oh my gosh.
And for some reason, I just can't help but feel like this is all my fault. You know, after stepping into the world of Rogue Gangster,
it might be. It's possible.
For a little bit, I feel like I can confidently say that they still suck ass. Like, don't get me wrong, I was having some fun at times, but what y'all didn't really get to see much of was me getting endlessly killed for no reason. I know that's kind of ironic for me to complain about, considering the second I got my hands on a gun, I was out there doing the exact same thing to other people. But I mean, it's different when I do it, bro. You see, I was doing it purely out of self-defense, okay? I still think all the TikTok stuff is really cringy and fun to laugh at, but at the end of the day, I don't know if I feel like all of the hate is warranted. Like, sure, you know, grown men making diss tracks on Roblox is
Is that supposed to be yeet, bro?
completely valid to criticize. I mean, that shit is lame as fuck. But majority of the toxicity and stuff that this community is associated with nowadays is more often than not completely contained to games that were specifically made for that type of behavior. Like, these games were made for the sole purpose of all of these bums to come together and be toxic. And in a way, that's kind of beautiful. So who am I to criticize what they get up to in the games that were made for them? I, for one, am on board with Rogue Gangsters now. So if you'll excuse me, I gotta get back to running the streets of South London. Well, never mind, I guess.
Yo, fire video. Holy peak. Alright, I'll see you on the next one. Deuces.